I'm sitting in here filing away the 50 million incident reports I had to write today. Have not had a day like this in forever. Ooh, when I say forever, I mean forever. I have not had a day like this in 3 years. I can honestly admit that. I don't have to sugarcoat it. I don't make it. I don't have to make it seem like it's something that is not. I have not had a day like this in 3 years. Every time I hit the desk, this fall down. Every single time. So it's a lot going on, a lot that went on, and I just was like, oh my goodness, I got an employee leaving in 3 minutes. So I am going to get up, step away, and go take care, step in for everybody else. When I say today was like, what is going on? It was like, what is going on? So at 10:30, I went to go get a student the Legos out of the gym. When I got back, it was we were in the gym. I heard someone crying. And the state rule says that you can leave a school ager unattended for up to 5 minutes, but they have to be within hearing distance. So this school ager was crying. When I went to see what happened, the school ager was playing the Switch, because the only games that I have on the Switch is dancing and sports. That's it. I got the whole sports suite and I got the dancing. So the student was playing on the Switch, and the switch, one kid had the Switch and they were stopping the Switch, like messing it up so the other people couldn't finish their games. And by him messing it up, the one kid got upset, and the kid hauled off, tried to put him in the chokehold. That didn't work. So the kid bit him on the side of the face by his right here. The kid, he bit him right over here on this side of his face. So now I have to call all the parents of the children who are involved, advise them of what happened, and I have to go get the incident reports. So I'm writing the incident reports. At the same time I'm writing the incident reports, I am I have everybody separated, right? So then I have to call the parents. They don't answer. I got to text the parents and wait for their reply. Have to do this for both sets of parents, right? For both children involved. So when I go to write down, I'm writing out the incident report for what just happened, going to apply first aid. Then another kid comes up because that kid was picking at the scab on their foot. So now they're bleeding. So now I have two children who have broken skin that I have to put on gloves for, wash with soap and water, put a band-aid on, and one of them is young and it's on their foot. So I got to put them in the sink while they washing off their foot with a glove, put the Band-Aid on, and send them to the room, take care of the other one. I left the substitute with the other children that was in the, with the other children. And thank goodness there were no infants here today. So we only had preschoolers and school agers. So that was good. That was a good thing, because your numbers can be up to 10 and 20 when it's two. That's a whole nother conversation, but we're not talking about that right now. So after I did that, the next thing I did was I went to sit back down to finish the incident reports. So by the time I'm sitting down completing one incident report, they're back to playing the Switch and everybody is friends again. You got to be kidding me on that one. So now this is the thing I want to tell a parent. You never fall out with another parent and say that you don't like a kid or you don't want your kid to play with another child. Because what happens is the two parents will be mad at each other. And guess what? Them two kids, your kid and the other kid, they friends again. They all playing. They friends again. Hold on. I'm going to come back to this story because I got to go do something real quick. If you leave, that's fine. If you subscribe, that's fine too. But make sure you like, you comment. I guess you don't like my story so far because ain't nobody subscribing. I see y'all leaving out. But I'm going to be back. Okay. Sorry about that. So, the person who should have been going off today didn't go off at all. The most we had out of that person was a scream, right? So, getting back to the story, this person, like the one person that go off every day, that get into it with everybody, they didn't do nothing today. They didn't go off, they didn't scream, nothing. But then, so I'm sitting there, like completing the incident report. Out the side of my face, now we at an hour. I hear something go, like fly across the room. I turn and I look. I see a kid lunging for another kid, but I heard the smack, like the talking smack in the background while I was filling out these incident reports. So I turned my head and look, and the kid is literally lunging towards another kid. Every school ager that was here, including myself, we get up. We then are running towards the kid and the other kid that they lunging toward, like he's trying to attack. He gets his hair, and we all fall on the ground because we're trying to separate everybody out. So we all on the ground. He gets a firmer grip on the hair. So I'm trying to remove his hand from his hair, and I'm like, enough is enough. Go outside. I calm the little kid down. I, pat his back. I'm like, no, you go, this family, y'all go over there with the other teacher, and I have these two students. I have a student who's been going off every day that everybody says, look, it's their fault. And then I have a student who has not gone off in 3 years. This year, so it's been 2 years. So this was the third year. And I thought it was clear. But what I should have known, there were cues that happened earlier that I should have known that this kid was going to go off. The first cue was when we were sitting here together at the kitchen table, and they were making fun of him because he got in trouble with his mom. I should have known that was a trigger. Then the second cue that, and it just spiraled it from there. It was the mocking. Like kids, it's not bullying. It's a difference between bullying and mocking. Kids, especially boys, they mock. All boys mock. They do not. Do boys bully? Yes. Do girls bully? Yes. But this is simply mocking. And the reason why I'm saying it's mocking is because we spend a lot of time with each other. I have known this kid for 4 years, and the behavior today that was displayed is nothing compared to where this kid was. I just hadn't seen the aggression in 3 years. So for me to see the aggression out of nowhere was like, what kind of day is this? And it happened an hour from the first incident. So we get the kids apart. I tell them, you go outside. Go outside with the preschoolers. Do not come in here. I need this room to de-escalate, because now guess how many incident reports I have to write. I have to write 5 because I missed the story about how while I was in the middle of the incident report to go figure out what's going on for lunch. I had to go to the bathroom. One of the preschoolers was in there. A kid was playing with the switch and accidentally hit the preschooler. So now I got to write an incident report on a preschooler who got accidentally hit with a remote controller for a switch. So I had to call that parent. Parent didn't answer. I had to text the parent. Then I had to go get another incident report to report that. So now we at 5 incident reports that need to be written. I finished up the first 2, wrote the third one, started writing the other 2. And while I'm writing the other 2 for the same 2 kids, I have to text in between. But how this started, the second incident started, was because They were playing the Switch. Two of the kids was winning. And they started mocking the other kid because they was losing. In the middle of them putting the new skins on the new players, the kid got mad, threw the remote controller, and then lunged to attack. Like, as to say, you're not going to make fun of me. I'm going to beat you up. But didn't say all them words because they don't use they need speech therapy because they don't use it. And the kid is autistic as well. So now the kid who got attacked for the second time is like, I want to go home. Call my mom. I want to go home. I'm like, no, everybody needs to go home because this is ridiculous. This kid is upset because you're mocking him. This kid is upset because he keeps getting attacked because you're mocking him. Like, people don't like for you to make fun of them. And when people don't like for you to make fun of them, they either make fun of you back or they attack. And this was a prime example of this. But the thing is, we cannot make fun of each other. We have spent so many summers with each other. It is really harmful when you are attacking someone you have to see every day. Like, it does not create that family, that nurturing and family environment that we have here. Like, we all get along. And if we have a disagreement, even the kids, they'll jump in and they'll be like, hey, cut that out. But today was not one of them days. It just was not. It was like kid after kid. The same two kids keep getting into it. And then guess what? So the first time they got into it, then they went back to playing again. The second time they get into it, they mad. And guess what they did again? They went back to playing again. They outside running around. I told you to separate. One of you needs to come in here. The other one, you can stay outside. The one who was in here is the one who needs to come back in here. You need to be with me. I do not want to write any more incident reports. I don't want to go out chasing after or falling on the ground or lunging after people because y'all fighting and can't agree. I got to call y'all parents. I got to write the incident report. And then I turn around and look up and y'all back playing around. No. Today is it's a wrap. We not doing nothing. We not going nowhere. It's a wrap because y'all don't know how to get along with each other. You don't understand when enough is enough, right? You can't keep the first time that y'all got into it, that was enough. And then an hour later, y'all back doing the same thing. And then the kid that's been harassing everybody for the whole summer didn't do nothing all day. Was just sitting there looking at everybody. I was like, this is the weirdest thing. And this is the weirdest experience I've had in 4 years. I don't know what it was about today. I just don't. But what I would say to somebody is when you come in and you're making fun of a kid, just be mindful that everybody has feelings. And some people do not know how to regulate their feelings. Some people are not emotionally stable, even as children. And we have to be mindful of that. We cannot allow children to pick on each other to a point where it gets into everybody is trying to separate these two kids so no one gets hurt. Like, literally, if I could show the video of us on the floor rolling around holding each other, it's just like nobody would believe it. Like, we were trying to move hands off of hair, move arms, push the kids back, and we trying to do this all on the floor. It's just, yeah, it is what it is. But my name is Miss Sam. I am the owner of Taylor Active Learning, Yale Dim Academy. We are located on the west side of Cleveland. We serve children 6 weeks to 13 years of age. We are a nurturing, caring, and safe learning environment facility. We really are. Kids is kids, but I just couldn't believe that they were back playing with each other after they had just gotten into it. So it is the end of the week. I think the change in the weather from it being really rainy all week long. We were closed. Well, we were open, but we had to close because the electricity went out on Monday. And every day waking up and it's dark and gloomy. And today is the end of the week. Like, I just think that had a lot to do with it. You know, when it's bright and sunny, everybody is friendly and happy. They're ready to go. But today just wasn't one of those days. Like, it just, it was, and then the sub. If you don't like children, don't sign up to watch kids. Don't sign up to teach kids. Don't sign up to do anything with children. That is the best advice I could give anybody. If you do not like children, don't take a job working with children. Don't be a pediatric nurse. Don't do labor and delivery nurse. Don't be a teacher. Don't work in early childhood education. Don't work in a child care center. Don't work in the daycare center. Don't work for Children Protective Services. Don't even work in juvenile court. Don't even become a judge that deals with domestic relations that focuses on children. Don't do a coach for a football, soccer, baseball, basketball, any sport, lacrosse, swimming, anything that has to do with children. That is not what you should sign up for if you do not like kids. Because when kids do kid things, you have to be able, you have to supervise them. Like, a kid who's comfortable will naturally just wander away. Like, they just think like nothing's going to happen to me. I'm safe. Because why would I be here if it wasn't a safe environment? And with that being said, you need to protect over children. You need to watch them. You cannot just let them wander off and just do all types of things. No, we need people who want to keep them active and busy. They did do their lesson today, which was a great thing. The preschoolers did. They did the beanbag toss. And you had to get a scoop and a beanbag. So we had beanbags, but the scoop was actually, it could be anything. And what they showed in the example on teaching strategies within the creative curriculum, that's the name of the curriculum, is creative curriculum. So it's like creative, and then the next word is curriculum. So that's the curriculum we use. So the scoop was a milk jug. So where you hold the milk jug, they cut it out like an L, and they had the scoop like that. But she said you could use anything that could hold a beanbag being tossed. So I told her to use some, like the basket we use for the dolls. We had some other baskets that we use for Legos. So and they were empty. We use them for to hold the scarves. So I made sure every kid got some type of something to scoop with. So as they toss, they can toss it and lift it up. So it was teaching all these like body motions to get kids acclimated. So it's not like catch somebody else's. You just simply you're throwing yours up and catching yours with the scoop. And so they did that activity. Then they had to measure in a sensory table. So we filled the sensory table up with water, and they measured. They used the measuring cups to measure different amounts. They did that. We also had an ice cream scooper out there that we used up to measure. And the last thing we did was did the numbers. It was something with numbers, and I can't remember because I didn't look at the lesson. I just turned to the lesson because everything that we have is digital. So all of our information, our curriculum, our curriculum and our lesson plans is all on a digital platform. So we don't print anything out because it can be easily accessed by simply logging in and looking at today's calendar. So because today is August the 14th, when you automatically log in to Creative Curriculum, that lesson plan for the day for that class pops up. And all you have to do is click it. There are videos within each intentional teaching card. They used to be called cards, but now because it's digital, it's just intentional teaching. There are videos within there. So if you're unsure of what the activity is requesting of you, you can watch the video, and the lady will give you, or gentleman will give you, an example of what's going on. Today for the scoops, it was a lady who was talking about how the activity works and how to implement it with children. So I always like to tell the substitutes that have them do free play where you know, tell them what areas they can go to, and then you put their name in the area that the child is assigned to, and have them play there while you review the lesson. So then that way you're able to review the lesson, look down, look at the kids, you know, monitor the situation, see what's going on, and look down. Now, is that a skill? Yes, because what I normally see from people who are substitutes, because they are inexperienced in the classroom or never really implemented a lesson, is that they're constantly like looking out and they don't observe the children, which you constantly have to reinforce. You know, hey, can you make sure you're paying attention to the kids? You know, you have to listen and look. So you look with your eyes, you listen with your ears as a teacher. Again, you listen, you look with your eyes, you listen with your ears, because silence means that children are doing something. Noise means something is going on, good or bad. But when you look with your eyes, you can visually see specifically why they're silent or why is it noisy. Okay, so that's why you should always be constantly watching children. Silence, something is going on with a kid. If it's you got 50 kids and it's all quiet, even 10, 5 is quiet, something is going on. Because kids are not quiet. Noise is normal. You got to know the difference between normal noise and, oh my goodness, something going on noise. And normally it's a spike, it's yelling, it's voices, like it's things, it's different cues in a person's inflection in their voice to let you know when something is going on. And it requires not only for you to hear, but it requires for you to look up. And while you reviewing a lesson plan, that's what you have to do. So, yeah, our lesson plans are, I like creative curriculum because the lesson plans are already done. You know, if you don't use that, there is no there is no, let me think of what activity I'm gonna do today with the kids, especially for creative curriculum, because everything is there for you. All the activities, the questions, you just have to get the materials out. You may have to find some of the materials, but we have a huge collection of books and paper. Like we have a lot of the things here, so it's really minimal to nothing that we ever need to print off or get elsewhere. So with that being said, yeah, nobody liked my video today, but that's probably because I had to get up and go get my student and see the substitute out today. But that's okay. Um, yeah. Normally I got a whole bunch of likes on here. I don't have no likes today, but that's okay. But you said what?
More animal crackers.
Mm-mm.
Why?
Because you had a lot already. That's why.
But please.
But you already had a lot. I put a lot in the bag. And mommy should be here momentarily. Okay?
Okay.
She should be here momentarily. So yes, while I've been talking to you, the way I have this position, I can easily see the one child that is left at the center because I have it at an angle. And so you have your peripheral. His favorite toy is Legos. And so because I'm looking at my peripheral, I can still see. And this is what I was explaining earlier, is that you have to be able to see, hear. You have to be able to see and hear when you're observing children. And so you have to always be constantly on your peripheral. You can't ever think like, oh, I'm just going to focus on who I'm talking to now. No, I am looking at him, looking at the camera. I'm doing everything right now. Looking at my hand, what have you, because I'm responsible for his well-being. So he has snack. He loves to play with Legos. And so that's everything that we did in between. I'm tired, and I'm still not done today. I have one more activity to do before I leave here. This is ridiculous. But yeah, I think I'm going to end this right here because I don't have nothing else to say. I don't know how much. I just know that I love the fact that I'm doing something to give back to families, right? I remember being someone who needed care for my children and working, and I was lucky enough to put them in facilities that really cared for their well-being. You know, they took care of my children, and it helped me out. So, all right, I'm gone. I don't have nothing else to say. It's Friday. Have a great day. Bye-bye.